Hey everyone, this is weather forecaster Liam. Here's your top weather news and headlines for today's video. Some snow has already fallen across parts of the central United States, with heavier rounds of snow possible from the north central to the northeast. But models aren't exactly in good agreement in what areas will see snow or rain. I will have TRA weather snowfall, ice, and rainfall amounts on this storm event. And I will also have a look at the National Weather Service forecasted temperatures for the entire United States for the next 3 days. All this is coming up right here in this video of TRA weather. Today is January 22nd, 2020. Alright, let's start off with the temperature forecast for the next 3 days across the entire United States. And starting off with Thursday's high temperature, where it's looking average pretty much across everywhere in the United States. Not really seeing anywhere that is extremely above or below average. So now let's go over to Thursday night's low temperature, where it's right about at where you would expect it to be in late January. Maybe a little above average in some places, but if that is the case, it's not by much. So now over to this weekend with Friday's high temperature, where the southeast and south central warm up quite a bit, but about the same as Thursday for everyone else. And about the same case scenario for Friday night as well, but not quite as cold in the north central United States as Thursday night's low temperature was. And it's pretty much going to be the same deal for Saturday and the rest of this weekend as well, where most areas aren't going to be extremely above average, though definitely mild for this time in January. And now we go over to the current National Weather Service hazards map, where man, compared to the last few times I've shown you this, in the last video and during Winter Storm Isaiah, where we had about every color of the rainbow here, with all sorts of advisories, watches, and warnings. And thankfully a lot different case scenario today, where we only have a few flood watches and warnings and some wind advisories. But what's probably catching your eye the most is all that purple on this map. The areas shaded in that color are all under winter weather advisories, and this storm system isn't really going to bring a whole lot of snow with it. It isn't even currently named as of this recording, and if it so happens to get named, it would be named Cade, and I will change the title of this video accordingly. But that really shouldn't happen. It's just going to bring enough snow to cause a few difficulties. So let's go over to the future radar forecast from the GFS model for the entire United States, starting with tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who watch my channel regularly, this map probably looks different, and it is. The site this from is called Pivotal Weather. I'm most likely going to be using this from now on. And nothing was wrong with my previous website map, it's just that this one has a little more data that I like to use. Okay, we're looking across the entire United States, dealing with some rain showers in the south central portion of the United States, mainly isolated to the states of Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and eastern Oklahoma. And that's not expected to be severe, though it can get pretty persistent and heavy at times. A little further to the north of that, you're starting to see that wintry precipitation shaded in pink. That is actually freezing rain for portions of northern Arkansas and also portions of Missouri. And further to the north of that, that's when you start dealing with that snow across portions of northern Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And the West Coast is actually going to be dealing with a storm system that's going to work its way on into that region this weekend. It's going to bring some pretty decent rainfall totals and also some pretty good mountain snowfall totals to the West Coast. So keep an eye out if you do live on the West Coast, particularly in the states of Washington State, Oregon, and California for some pretty decent rainfall and again mountain snowfall totals. Forward to 7 a.m. Eastern Time Thursday morning, dealing with still some rain showers in the south central portion of the United States, starting to work its way on into the southeast, though not quite there yet. By Thursday morning, expect some rain showers for the southeast later on into Thursday and into the afternoon. To the north of that, just some lighter rain going on. Further north of that, that's when you start dealing with that wintry precip into Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, South Dakota, and Nebraska, though not quite heavy yet. Forward to 7 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday night. Now we're really starting to deal with some rain showers in the southeastern portion of the United States. Again, not really severe, just persistent and heavy at times. Also some rain showers into the Ohio Valley and some snow showers to the north and western side of that low pressure system. Forward again to Friday morning at 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Still dealing with that rain in the southeast and also some rain in the Ohio Valley, but really not too much snow according to the GFS model from this low pressure system. Do have some snow on the northern and western edges of the storm, though really not that much. And this is from the GFS model. But let me go over to the European model for this exact same time, 1 a.m. Eastern Time Friday morning, and look at that change in the amount of snow that the European model is forecasting 1 a.m. Eastern Time Friday. It's just a whole lot different than the GFS. Has that low pressure system way further to the southeast. Still has that rain for the southeast, but look at that snow. A lot more moisture available and also a lot more cold air. And I'm going to go back to the GFS model. You can see just a whole lot of difference. And this is just a little over 24 hours away, so it's rather unusual to see these two models in that big of a disagreement this close to the forecast. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that over tomorrow to see which model leans towards the other in this forecast. Because if the European model is right, or if the GFS model is right, that could mean the difference between 1 inch of snow or 8 inches of snow for some regions. So definitely have to keep a very close eye on both the GFS and the European models for this storm system. So let's go forward to 1 p.m. Eastern Time Friday afternoon, back to the GFS model. Still dealing with some rain in the southeast, though more so into the Ohio Valley, not quite in the northeast yet, but don't worry. For the northeastern United States, you're going to experience this storm system later on Friday and into Saturday and Sunday. Forward again to Saturday, 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Southeast is about rain-free at this time, and now the Northeast starts experiencing this storm system. Northeast is going to have both rain and snow, though, like the pattern has been for this winter so far, the coast is going to be mainly dealing with rain, and the further interior you go in the Northeast is going to be dealing with snow. And I see that same case scenario with this event. As you see, I go forward to 1 a.m. Eastern Time Sunday morning, seeing some pretty heavy snow across portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, New York State, Pennsylvania, and also some snow showers across the Appalachian Mountains. And that low pressure system is over Connecticut, Massachusetts region at 1,000 millibars. Forward again to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday afternoon, low pressure systems around the same area, still bringing some snow to New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, and also Maine. We're going to go forward one more time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time Monday morning. Hopefully by this time, the storm has mainly worked its way on out over to the Atlantic Ocean. Some snow showers are still possible for the northeastern United States, especially for the state of Maine, though it should have mainly worked its way on out by 1 a.m. Eastern Time Monday morning. Though next week, later on to next week, we could be dealing with another storm system that looks a lot like this. Those snowfall totals with that storm could be higher than this, and also the rainfall totals as well. Have to keep an eye on that, wait for the models to fine-tune that forecast a little more as we get closer on into next week. So let's go over to your tier weather snowfall totals for now and until Monday. I'm going to start off with the GFS model. You can see for a portion of the North Central and Ohio Valley Plains area of the United States, where most areas from the storm event are going to be dealing with 3 to 6 inches. Some areas across southern Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin, also Michigan, could deal with a little more, between 6 and 9 inches. Though the majority of you seeing snow from this event will see 3 to 6 inches. A little different in the Northeast, where most of you will be seeing 9 to 15 inches. Over a foot of snow is possible across portions of the Northeast, according to the GFS model. So now let's go over to the European model. Yeah, really big difference, especially, as I said before, this close of a forecast just a little over 24 hours out. See portions of the Ohio Valley, North Central, and Plains seeing possibly a foot in areas of Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri when the GFS model had between 3 and 6 inches. So really big difference in snowfall totals. But the European model for the Northeast does not have those same totals that the GFS had, mainly between 6 and 9 inches for the Northeast. So we'll have to see which model leans towards the other a little further on into tomorrow and also into Friday. And let's also go TRI weather, ice, and sleet accumulation for now and until Saturday. This storm system is going to bring some sleet and freezing rain to some areas. It's not going to be very widespread, and this is from the NAM model. Best areas to see that sleet and ice accumulation is going to be across portions of Missouri, northern Arkansas, northern Pennsylvania, portions of New York State, and also Vermont and New Hampshire. And let's go over to the TRI weather rainfall totals for now and until Monday. This is also from the GFS model. Not really an insane amount of rain from the storm system. Most areas are going to be seeing 1 to 2 inches at most. Some isolated spots could see 2 to 4 inches, though it's not really going to be a really big rainmaker. So here's the storm hazards for this storm system. Snowfall will be medium. Low visibility risk will be medium. Icing will be low, wind will be medium, cold temperatures during this event will be low, power outages will be low, rain mixed in with this storm event will be high. A lot of places are going to be dealing with snow, then either sleet or just freezing rain, then eventually over to plain old rain, as we've seen with a lot of these storm systems. And flooding with this event will be low. When to expect? You can expect this from now and until Monday. And the hazardous areas, the north central, Ohio Valley, and northeastern portion of the United States. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and share this with family and friends, or whoever you would think that would enjoy watching TRI weather, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also check out the links listed below to both my Twitter and Instagram pages and my brand new weather Discord channel. Thank you. See you next time.